Yo, what it do, YouTube? The chat came up with this suggestion, so I'm going to give you a part 2 after this part 1. But before I do, please leave a like. Also, subscribe if you're new. Comment in the comment section your top 10. Now, let's go ahead and hop into it. So I'm not going to leave no more time left. The top 10 players for the Indianapolis Colts on my list, ranking from 10 to 1. This is going to be probably controversial, but I would love to hear your opinions. But some of you may agree, but you might have the listings different as well. But, you know, it's all good at the end of the day. Let's hop into it. At number 10, I'm going to start off with Tariq Glenn. Three-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, very pivotal for the offensive line. He did his job. Now, you know, it was controversy back in the day because he's not in the Ring of Honor for the Colts. But, hey, man, it's a lot of good talent that gets in that list. I mean, if he's in there, it is appreciated because what he did at that position in that time, in that era against that edge rush, for him, he did a really solid job. And he was a very pivotal piece for the Indianapolis Colts on that Super Bowl run, Super Bowl champion. Congratulations, you know. Thank you for bringing that ring to Indy. You are definitely one of the pieces of that puzzle. Salute to you, man. At number 9, legendary GOAT, one of the best to do it. Of course, he went to Baltimore, but it's okay. Dallas Clark at number 9, man. One of the best tight ends. So underrated, man. Very talented. You know, you guys remember him for his one-hand catches. He's good at blocking as well. Very talented piece. Super Bowl champion. Probably one of the best tight ends I've ever seen in my life. And one of the best tight ends as an Indianapolis Colts as well. He definitely taught very well. He was very classy as well. You know, he always stood to himself. People always ask, what happened to Dallas Clark? And I think he's just off the grid. You know, he said they say he don't use social media like that. So, I mean, they say he watched the games. How? I don't know. Some rumors have it that he's in the middle of nowhere. Makes sense, dude, being as though he's like off the grid. But, you know, Dallas Clark was a very good tight end, man. He could do pretty much anything you can ask for. And he's one of those guys. And I put him at number 9, but the people ahead of him, it is controversial, but you got to understand. Number 8, Edgerrin James, running back, man. One of the best to do it. This dude was a dog, man. Now, you know, he's been all over the NFL as well, but this dude was, you know, he was quick. He could get through those cuts like out of nowhere. And he was very elusive. He just had that top speed. Like when he hits that second gear, he's out of there. Edgerrin James is definitely, or you can call him Edge, definitely one of the best running backs out there. Congratulations for making the Hall of Fame as well. He's up there on that list. Number 7, I know I might get slandered for this, but number 7, I'm going to give it to Reggie Wayne. The vet, man, he was just electric. Now, I know there's controversy behind this one as well because the next wide receiver I'm going to put up is not close to Reggie Wayne. But, you know, I think the other wide receiver is better. But, I mean, that is my opinion. But Reggie Wayne was a route technician. He had hands as well. Definitely was out there. His career was long, man. He taught T.Y. Hilton through leadership and all that good things. Congratulations, Reggie Wayne, Super Bowl champion as well. That dude was underrated as well. He really was underrated. His route running was pretty much superb. I'm going to move up the list to number 6. It's going to be Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday, middle of the field, big blocker, brute, center, Pro Bowler. You know, it was kind of funny when he that Pro Bowl game, when he was in the Pro Bowl, he played for the NFC. They let him line up with Peyton Manning for one more snap before he called it. I thought that was a pretty dope experience. But one of the best centers for the Indianapolis Colts and in the NFL in general. He was really good at what he does. You know, he did have an injury history, but, I mean, he was a very pivotal piece for that offensive line as well. Good leadership as well. Everybody knows the part or that clip where Peyton Manning's pretty much yelling at Jeff Saturday on the sideline. I mean, but it's just competitive nature at that point, telling him to do his job. But if you guys don't remember, just look it up, Jeff Saturday and Peyton Manning. There's a bunch of clips out there, but legend at the center position. Very pivotal. You got to put him at number 6. Number 5, I'm going to have Bob Sanders. Bob Sanders, man. This dude, I wanted to put him at top 3. I really did, but you understand. I hope you understand. But Bob Sanders was an animal. Downhill tackler, very good in coverage. He just couldn't stay on the field. But he played in the Super Bowl, so that's all that mattered. But he was just ahead of his time. Bob Sanders was ahead of his time. I would love to know where he is now. But Bob Sanders, if I can find him, I just want to say thank you. Bob Sanders, thank you for everything you did for the Indianapolis Colts. I really wish his career would have lasted longer. He would have went down as one of the best safeties. He's going to be that untold story, man. He's going to be that guy that if he was healthy, what could he have been? But in my eyes, I still think he's one of the best safeties to ever do it for sure, man. So shout out to Bob Sanders, Super Bowl champ. He was a dog. He was just straight dog. If anybody knows Bob Sanders, or if you bring him up, they know what you're talking about when you bring him up, because he was just that dude, man. He really was. So the next person is going to be number 4, Dwight Freeney. I'm going to do 4 and 3 then. How about that? 4 and 3. Number 4 is Dwight Freeney. Number 3 is Robert Mathis. This edge rush duo was phenomenal. One of the best tandems to ever do it. Robert Mathis on the Pat McAfee show, you know, he's out there, he's coaching, you know, he's out there training with Teray, trying to get him on top tier gear. That duo was just unstoppable. As a Colts fan, when you see them out there on that field in that era, you just knew they were going to bring pressure. These two dudes was just, they were like yin and yang. You know, one was quick and elusive, strip fumble, Robert Mathis. The other one had that go-to move with the spin-off. Just an automatic duo, man. Robert Mathis, he told on the Pat McAfee show, the reason why he was drafted is because we couldn't stop Steve McNair. And hey, man, ever since they've been drafted, they've been pretty much doing damage. So them two gotta be in the top 5 of 2000 to 2010 top 10 Colts players. They have to be top 5, man. If you put Bob Sanders up there, I understand, because, you know, I wanted to, but I think for the longevity of the game, those two definitely have to be in my top 5 personally, but it's all good. Number 2 and number 1, you know who has to be up there. Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning. One of the best quarterback wide receivers, if not the best quarterback wide receiver duo in NFL history. These two is better than Randy Moss and Tom Brady. I don't care. These two got to the Super Bowl and got the job done. They didn't lose to the Chicago Bears. They didn't lose to an Eli Manning. These two were the best quarterback and wide receiver duo ever. It's pretty much the reason why I became a Colts fan. Peyton Manning was the reason, but the fact that Marvin Harrison was a flat-out stud, underrated, dude. He was so talented. Marvin Harrison doesn't get explained enough in these conversations, but he was just a flat-out beast. Peyton Manning could throw the football up, and he'll just go out there and go get it, no matter where it is on the field. But that is my top 10 for the Indianapolis Colts. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you like my list, or what would you change? You know, there's no bias. There's no bias here, so whatever you say, it won't offend me at all. But you guys let me know in the comment section. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Culture Shock.